Keeping up the tradition with these nasty radios, we have this Grundig Majestic that in pretty bad condition. The case is all busted up. The back cup is missing. It's pretty dirty, but I think it's all here. The leg is broken right there, just hanging in there. I think we're just going to try to take it apart and see if it's worth doing anything with. Maybe we can just get it to work. I don't have the right size nut drive. Are you kidding? Is it this one? Kind of. Yeah, there it goes. Look at that fine threaded screw right there. At least we can, I know I've said before, made comments I was going to get rid of stuff, and I wind up making it work. This isn't, is that a, no, it's, why don't these fit? What's going on? You'd think it would be, let me get a common head screwdriver. I don't know. Hang on a second. Yeah, I don't know what size these are, but I just don't seem to have it in that Vaco nut driver set. I guess it doesn't matter. This one, we can't really wash in the sink. This is made out of wood, but you never know. We may still do it. Let's see. It's a small one. It's not as... Too bad it's in such bad shape, but they may be able to go back together. I think it's all here, except the back. I just missed it. How do these knobs hold on? Oh, there are set screws in them. Are those screws, or... yeah, they're little common head screws. Huh? Gotta be right back. Well, let's see if we can get the knobs off. The knob is very hard to turn. So we'll have to do it this way, because otherwise you can't reach it. There you go. A little more. Oof. Does this one turn? How's that one held on? This one's very stuck, and the screw is on the bottom. I don't know what's going on here. At least the glass isn't broken. Yeah, I don't know why that one's stuck. Unless there's nothing on here. Maybe it just doesn't do anything. I don't know. I had that other radio that had a knob that didn't do anything. There you go. These radios usually sound really nice, so knobs are off, and I probably didn't even have to take them off, but I want to wash them anyway. This one is shortwave, AM and FM it looks like. The Majestic. Very majestic. I think all the tubes are in there, and there's like coils and stuff hanging around in there. So this one may have some more problems. How do you get it out? Are there more screws in there besides those four? Did I miss any on the bottom? There's a sheetrock screw. Let's get that out of there. I don't know why there would be a sheetrock screw in there. Did I miss something here? What did I miss? You know what, I'm going to pause it, I'll get it all out, and then we'll take a look at the insides, the guts. We'll take a look at the guts. I'll be right back. Believe it or not, it was just stuck to the little rubber pieces in there. I guess it's because it's been in there so long. Let's pull the speaker out. We got to do extensive work on this cabinet, so it needs to come out anyway. At least the cabinet's wood, though. I don't know if that's good or bad. I guess it had a lacquer finish on the outside, which is completely destroyed. This thing must have been left in the rain or something. Where did the nut go? Where did the nut go? Is it in? Oh, it's in here. There it is. I don't know what all these wires. Must be like some kind of antenna or something. There's a plug for that. There's like wires everywhere. And then I noticed this thing hanging there with the wires hanging off, which I'm pretty sure went up here. But there's a piece of it missing, which isn't. Oh, here it is, right here. We'll have to get that reaffixed somehow. Anyway. This radio is really a mess. I thought the other one was a mess, but this one's even worse. Yeah, for sure, this one's even worse. It's got a nice big speaker in it, too. I think it's got a, no, I don't know what those are. I thought that was a tube chart, but I think it's just pieces of metal. Like metal tape, so the doesn't burn the wood, maybe. It's a tube set. I lost a screw with a nut, whatever it is. Whatever it is, whatever. Let's see, is the speaker rip? Not a rip in sight. But the foam on this one too is powder. Alright, look at that. Yeah, the foam. This radio's that old that the foam just turned to powder. Alright, there's the nut for the speaker. We'll put you over here. Look at that poor cabinet. It's a glass. Oh no, it's not. This one's plastic. Yeah, this dial's plastic. Oh, it has an eye tube in it. Look at that. It's got an eye tube in it. It's pretty rusty, like all the other ones I work on. Too bad. Well, I guess I can unsolder this. Maybe I'll do that to get this out of the way. That's what those coils were. So that's not a big deal. The chassis, besides being dirty, doesn't look to be in bad condition. That bulb is black. Oh my gosh, look at that. Can you see that? Man, that thing is black. This thing's got some hours on it. At least all the tubes are in it. Let me go ahead and get a soldering iron. And then we'll unsolder the speaker, get it safely out of the way. Yeah, this thing is plastic. Must not be a higher end set, but oh well. This radio was actually in the trash. I could see why. Oop, lost some solder. It's very windy out here. We're just going to clean it up. I'm not going to work on it out here. Not only is it windy, it's cold. Even this soldering I don't want to work well. Alright, there you go. It's out of the way. Good looking speaker. We'll have to see if it's any good. Let's shut this off. Let's bring this. Oh, you know what? Let's pull this thing off. Let's pull the dial off, so because we're going to spray it with some heavy cleaner. I was thinking about sandblasting this one too, but you know, the sandblast me, I don't want to use sandblast medium. That can cause problems. So I got that walnut shell, ground up walnut shell, and I'll tell you what, it's not cheap, and it goes quick. It goes very, very quick. Alright, there you go. Yeah, it's plastic. Alright, we won't bend it too much. We can clean that pretty easily. Yeah, there's an eye tube. We'll have to see if that thing's any good. If it's got a lot of hours, it's probably no good. probably not going to be any good. But we'll see. It doesn't look discolored. Well, yeah, it does a little bit. I could see, you know, just like a picture tube. Sometimes you get marks in the phosphors. Same thing with these, and I can see it's dark on the top and bottom. So it's probably past its useful life, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, we're going to move over to the fire pit and spray the hell out of this thing. All right, well, let's see. One of these had no. Yeah, that one didn't work. Let's see. I want to try not to spray the dial area, but this thing is pretty rusty. Poor antenna. I don't know. I may have to try to get a service manual for this if I want to know where those wires go. Let's move this out of the way here. No matter what I do, it's probably not going to come out perfectly clean, although it is better. Poor little loop stick. Well, it's actually not coming out too bad. Let's see. Let's move it this way here for a second. Ooh, it's all over my hand now. Get it in that switch good. The underside looks fine, actually. Not much to do there. Let's just load that switch up and work it a little. Let's see. Yeah, the underside looks great, actually. It actually came out really clean without minimal effort. Minimal effort. But the top is another story. Yucky, yucky. Let's see. Let's, ooh, look at the antenna. Dang. She started unraveling. I know how to break an antenna. It came off, so alright, whatever. We'll have to figure it out anyway. It's all going to go around here anyway. Looks like some kind of switch right there. Is that a wire hanging off? I don't know what that is. Yeah, some kind of wire hanging off. I have to figure that out too, I guess. I guess if worse comes to worse, like all the other ones, just trash it if worse comes to worse. Alright, that's the end of that can. These cans are probably around $4 or $5 a can, so not too bad unless you're using 5 cans to clean a radio out. You know what? I mean, it's not. This is one thing if you do, if you use the sandblast, you know, it takes all this rust off. It's not coming off this way. but I think this is about the best we could do. Didn't really do much to the front. I don't want to damage the dial string, or there's multiple dial strings here. Yeah, there's definitely multiple dial strings here. So yeah, see, it's all wet now, so I hope I didn't ruin it. If the dial strings come off or they break, it's the end. It just goes. Just have to let it dry out. I'll just put it in the sun. Alright, well, that'll be it for this for now, so we'll get to the cabinet next. Alright, don't start yelling at me because I'm washing this thing in the sink. This one really is trash, so at least maybe we could save. We'll have to see what happens, but you never know. Get those knobs nice and clean. Get the spooge out of the notches in the knob, and it's working. It's coming out clean. You never know, right? Just like the last one. You just never know. That one can fall through the grate in the sink there. At least when it's clean, you know, I feel more comfortable. Or if I know that there's no bugs or anything in it, I feel more comfortable taking it into the shop or in the house or whatever. That other one, I forgot what, I think it was also a Grundig, I think. I don't remember now. That one came out pretty good, and I thought that one wouldn't, but that one came out looking pretty damn nice. But this one, because it was wood, yeah, this one's got some more issues, for sure. This one's definitely got more issues. So we'll see. Maybe we'll be able to get it done. And it'll work like new. At least it'll be clean. Normally I certainly wouldn't get a wood cabinet radio wet, but we're going to get this one wet. Yeah, the knobs came out good. We'll go ahead and gently give this thing a scrub. Just got to be real careful with these. Isn't that funny? You got to be real careful with these. Just on, you know, the paint side actually, because the paint comes off pretty easily. Although this one being plastic, I don't know. I don't know. It feels like it's on the back. So, I don't know. But that'll be that for this. I'm not going to do too much to it because, yeah, no scratches or anything on it. Let's, hang on a second. Put some paper towels laid out, and I'll just lay them on the paper towels back here. They're out of the way. Alright, now comes the fun part now. This is going to be the fun part. This thing. It's got cloth on the front, which has a bit of spooge on the top. It's all cracked. We're gonna get it wet. I don't care. Whatever. It doesn't matter. There's like spider nests and stuff in there. And who knows what else is in there. There's no labels or anything on it, so I'm not really worried about that. I'll try to be kind of careful with the grill here, with the cloth. It's really not. It would be nice because the stains look like they ran down from whatever was in that wood. It's hard to tell if it's ruining it or not because it's making a foam. But the brown stuff is coming off, so we'll see. Worst comes to worst. We tried. I could see as somebody watching this screaming and yelling, "What the hell are you doing? You're wasting it. It's a Grundig. It's a Majestic." Yeah, I'm sure that there are plenty of better examples of this radio than this one. Actually, now that the yeah, it's really not working too well. Yeah, oh well. Let's try the inside. What happened here? What's grabbing? Wood. It's all wood. I can smell wet wood. Let's get the inside clean. We'll use this thing. All the wires in here. Ow, I got a scratch from the wood. Something in there grabbed me a little bit. It's the bottom that had most of the dirt anyway. Wires are in the way, of course. Probably just rinsing it off will probably do most of the work. Except like in the plastic, right? Alright, that's good enough. Well, you get myself a little cut there. Look at that. I'll go get a tetanus shot now. I'm sure people are screaming, "No, what are you doing? You're ruining it." Yeah. It ain't ruining nothing. The whole cabinet, if we did, it needs to be redone anyway. I mean, this thing is in terrible condition. It's all shattered, whatever the finish was originally on this thing. Not good enough. Alright, I think we're okay. We're just going to go ahead and rinse it off and then leave it in the sun for a couple of days. Let it dry out good. And then we could probably glue the cabinet back together, at least have it all solid. And then, yeah, there's all the spider webs coming out of it. Too bad the back cover's missing. I don't know. I don't even know what model it is besides it's a Majestic, unless that is the model. Get that thing nice and soaked, get all that wood swelled up. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, we're going to drain it, put it outside, and next time you see it, it's going to be like a brand new radio, guaranteed. today we're going to try to work on this lovely, whatever it's called, the Grundig. The only issue with this Grundig is that it actually has two dial strings. Oop, darn. It's very back heavy because of that transformer. One of the dial strings is actually broken, and I think it goes to this one right here, this tuner, and I believe that's the FM. So we'll still work on it though. We'll see if we can get it to work. Anyway, I don't have a... We're just going to try to plug it in. I don't have regular cheetah cords, so we're going to have to just kind of force this thing on there, at least enough to get it to power up. I believe, I don't know, one of these is power here. We got nothing. Not a thing. Not a thing. Is the thing on there? I noticed this resistor up here is kind of dark, so we're going to we'll have to check that. Let's see. I'm grabbing a voltmeter here. I don't know why this. I wish this camera would be a little bit wider, but it's. I have to get switch back to the old one. I'm gonna get it off to the side. It's just in the way. Everything's in the way. Yeah, I guess that's okay. The only thing when I do it this way, my hands are always in the way. Anyway, let's see. We're on AC volts. Let's see if voltage is getting through. Whoop. Yeah, voltage is getting through. Yeah, I wish that dial cord wasn't broken, but it is. It was all in place, and then when I was moving it, it just kind of fell out of its place, and so I don't even know how it went back. I know it wrapped around this thing right here a couple of times, and I don't know. But it looks like now one part of it is going behind all of this, and it comes out right here. And that looks like it's going to be a pain. It don't look like it's going to be easy. So I think because the cabinet's all destroyed on this, let's see if we can just make it work. If we can just make it work, that'll be good enough, I think. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, and the loop stick is broken as well. Let's see. Let's check the, let's see, this is the power switch right here. This one is, right now, I think this one, so when you turn on one of the bands, it turns the radio on, and then this would be off. So there is, let's see right there, I can't really get in there too well. Let's go to ohms. Let's see if that switch, if that is the switch, I think it is. 3K. Oh wait, there's some more connections back here. Alright, that one shows closed. When I do this, alright, now it shows open, so looks like the switch is working. Alright. Nothing in there looks burned. I mean, it doesn't. Let's move that up a little bit here. Nothing in there looks burned. As a matter of fact, the bottom of this thing looks pretty clean now that I put 2 cans of brake cleaner on it. What's this right here? Oh, look at those thin wires coming off that coil. It's kind of surprising that... oh, there's the other part of the dial cord right there. So it wrapped around here. I can see by the curls it wrapped around this. And I'm not sure how it goes. I don't know. I have to get I'd try to see if I could find a schematic for this, but I couldn't find one online. The Majestic, I guess, was a trade name for like a whole line of different ones, so I don't know what model this one is. So I'm not sure. Anyway, let's see. I want to go look at some power related stuff. We gotta do, what did I do right? Oh no, it's okay. The transformer. Here's a diode right here. Well, this is a bridge rectifier, and the one lead's actually touching the metal. Look, it's got a little, I don't know if you can see that now, it's got a little pit in the metal where that thing shorted. I never saw a spark when I had it, so. It's not shorted. Yeah, it's not shorted. There's a 1.3K resistor right there, and that resistor looks pretty dark. Without doing any voltage checks, let's check that resistor right there before we do anything else. Oh, that resistor checks 3 megs. No, that's not good. Alright. So that's open, and I'm sure that that capacitor there's not doing too good either, but so that's open. That resistor is open. So let's get the soldering iron going. Before we do anything else, let's go ahead and get that out of there. You know, I have a whole box of those dog bone looking resistors. Let me go get that box. Hang on a second. Check this out. I got this from one of the estate sales I went to. Probably the one with the radios, because it's in the same kind of box. So, but anyway, I don't know if the curator girl puts them in these boxes. I'm not sure. Anyway, somebody had wrote, and it looks like it says antique resistors on there. But here's the thing. I mean, there's just literally thousands of these. But here's like these dog bone style, and there are lots of them. And they're all, some of them are used. I think this one bag here is used. Everything in that bag is used. Maybe. No, there's some new in there too. There's a lot of new in there. This I think was a good find. Pretty good score. I don't know. I mean, I would never straighten these out to try to organize them. That's not going to happen. But you know, what is that? It says 6, and I can tell by the wines on there how thick they are. That's a 6 ohm, obviously. Yeah, all those are just small. I mean, look at the amount of these. This is unbelievable, isn't it? I think this was a good score. What's this one here? Oh, these are also low. This is a 2. Are they all? Yeah, I think these are all going to be 6. What's in this bag? Let's take a look in this bag here. What do we got in the bag? What are you? Doesn't really say, but let's see one of these ceramic-ies. 300 ohms is a 2.5K. What did I say the one was at? 1.3K? Yeah, 1.3. So anything around that, 1.5. What does that one say? You know what? What is this? 20,000? 150K. I'd like to dump these out, but I don't want to separate them just yet. What are you? Let's see. What is that one? Oops, I dropped it. We're going to have to find it again. Is that a capacitor? Oh no, it's a resistor. Look at that. Get out of the way, bag. Looks like a capacitor. These are great for if somebody wants to restore old radios and have them look old, I guess. That one's a used one. Alright, let me find the resistor and I'll be right back. It's hard to do with the camera in my hand. Hang on. We found this one. It's like 1K, a little over 1K, but we're just going to stick that one in there. We'll have to get that out of there. Hang on one second. Sorry about that. Alright, so let's see. How are we going to get that out of there? I think we can just maybe add a little solder to it. Pull it out. Come on. There it goes. Okay. What do I do with the other one? Here's the replacement. The replacement. I wish the leads were a little bit longer on it. So that's what I mean. My hands are always in the way, and it's just a pain because it doesn't look good. Is this one wrapped on? If it's wrapped on. Nope, it's not wrapped on. And it's a little bit too short. So we're going to have to get, we'll have to get another piece of wire to put on there. Let's get a piece of wire. Alright, you're going to have to hang on again. And we got a piece of copper wire. Let's just do the same thing. We'll just stick it through the hole there. This radio is never going to go back into service anyway, so I don't think it really matters. You know, let's get the edge of this thing tinned, and then we'll see if we can just kind of make it stick. Whoop, it moved. Of course it moved. It's so hard to do, you know. People don't realize, like, when you do this around the camera, you know, you got to try to not block, and it's much more difficult. It's much more difficult. Get out of there. All right, there you go. Finally. All right. Let's just wrap it around here. This is just testing anyway, so I don't care what it really looks like for now. If we do ever get this radio back to its fullest, obviously we'll change that. You know, get a more suited and the correct one. That one's, I think, the one that came out of there is a 1.3K. This is a 1.1. This is a 1.1 at 1% too. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to get a speaker hooked up to it. I had this Bose speaker, but that Bose speaker is like half an ohm or something like that. So we're going to go ahead and try to do the hook up the, let's get this plastic out of the way. We'll hook up the original. Look at that speaker. Look at that. Look at that yellow. Look how yellow it is. I'm pretty sure it was blacker because even the back of it is blacker. Alright, I'll leave you over here, right out of the way. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. These are the speaker wires. Just hook them up like this for now. Hopefully they won't touch anything that they shouldn't. Play nice, speaker wires, play nice. Alright. Let's get this back on here before we plug it in, because this doesn't quite fit exactly right. Oh, hey, we got a light now, look at that. I don't know what band it's on, but let's see. This was very, very tough to turn. So I think at best if we can find let's tighten the knob on there. Well, here's speaker buzz. Oh look! Oh, wait a second. I could see the indicator thing. I don't want to touch it because I know there's high voltage in here. Can you see the indicator there? This thing? The tube, you see the tube lit right there? Look. Woo! It actually works. Alright, let's see what we got. So far we got no sound though, but... Oh, wait. Of course, you know, the one with the broken... It's so stiff. Let's see if we can oil this. I don't know. Get a little oil on that shaft so you can't even turn. That's probably why the string was broken. Oh, you can't even turn it. Oh. It's kind of working. We got to free that up a little bit. Let me unplug it for a second. Alright, so, you know, I've just remembered that the loop stick wasn't on there, so we're going to have to do something about that. I'm going to try to get some oil to work its way down. Hang on a second. Man, that's a stiff, what do you call it? I wish that cord wasn't broken, but it is. That thing is really, really, really stiff. Can you open this? I guess you could. There's a screw there. There's a screw here, and you take these two clips off. Oh, there's some here. Or maybe there's a screw on the bottom too. Yeah, there's a hole there to get the screw out. So I guess you can open it. Let me try to. You know, I probably shouldn't spray anything in there, but I don't want to. I just don't really want to. Let me see. I'll probably just stick this in here like that. Let's see if I can see what else turns in there. Where's this stuff? I'm going to spray a little in there. What's the difference? What's the worst that can happen? I'll ruin it. I'm not sure there's much of this radio left anyway. Man, that is tight. That is tight. Alright, let's just turn it back on. If it was easy to turn, it would be a lot easier to play with, but... I'm surprised that's... oh, yeah, gotta be careful with that. I don't mind, like, I get little shocks and it doesn't really bother me, but probably not a good thing to do, just because other people watch. Which is the antenna? Right there. Let's put an aerial on there. What do you think of that? This isn't doing anything. I don't see this. The display is just kind of hanging there. It's not really moving. I'd like to get, okay, so now the loop stick was, all the wires are off, so if we could figure out how this goes back, maybe we can, because I, you know, the other bands aren't going to work without this connected, but, so it looks like there's 2 wires here. Is that, yeah, it looks like that's supposed to be there, so there's only 2, maybe 3 wires, that's it. Alright, well, let's see what happens here. Hang on. What happened? We lost sound. What happened? Yeah, it's back. Alright, let's see. Because at least this way I have a tuning. Let's see what's what here. So it goes this way. So this one's FM. This is BC, and that's shortwave. So broadcast. Alright, so where do you think this antenna was connected to? Let's take a quick look up here and see if we could figure it out. It had to be around in this area here. I know one of the wires was on there and it came off. It's got a little tube in the tuner also. Oh, this is kind of crunched. That should be straight like that. What's going on here? This is bent. That should be like that. Shortwave should still work. So this is the shortwave antenna. Let's, and it is working. So AM's not working, but let's hook up the outdoor antenna to it. There you go, look at that. Let's play with it on the shortwave here. It actually is working.
De la dictadura en Venezuela.
Sí,
Y el daño que han impartido aliados. Sí, es algo de Pablo Iglesias. Sí, no, en total, ¿no? Y entonces el daño que ha hecho.
interesting. The outdoor antenna certainly makes a difference, though. Is that tube for AM? Yeah, it's for AM. Get back in there. Wow, look at that speaker moving. Look at that, That's got some power, I'm surprised. I bet you that would sound good in the cabinet. So AM, nothing. But I have a feeling it's only because we don't have the antenna. The loop stick is off, but it could be more than that. It sounds kind of pretty quiet, though. You'd think that you'd at least have something. Let's see. But I guess you really... not much you can really do without the loop stick connected, though. I can't. I think that coil... is that coil broke? Yeah, that coil's broken too, but I don't know. Well, that's not going to do. That's the FM. What am I doing? That's the FM. Where did that... there was one wire connected and it came off. And I don't know where it came off of. Was it connected to this? Oh, here's one of the... could it have been connected to that? So wires go underneath here. Like, see, like right here, right? There's a wire connected right here, but what? Oh yeah, we got a little bit of, oh, I hate these Chinese alligator clips. They're like, you can't use them, they're just garbage. Yeah, no, it's not really doing anything. Let's hook that up to the outdoor antenna and see. A little bit of clicking, but that's about it. A tiny bit of clicking. Let's see. What's in here? Well, that could be it. Let's see here. That's definitely AM. What is that component? I don't even know what that is. Must be like a variable cap of some sort. Where did those wires... you know, it's so weird that I can't even see where those wires came off of. This just kind of hangs there, I guess. It doesn't really do much. So here's another over here. Let's put a capacitor between that. Let me see if I can... I wish I had a little disc capacitor of any type right here, but I don't think I do. Hang on a second. I guess we could use one of these. Just some large it probably wouldn't matter. I just want to try to decouple whatever stray voltage or whatever, because I'm sure that's not where this is supposed to be connected to. Let's see if we can touch it on there. Yeah, it didn't make a difference. What is that? Is that like a variable? It looks like. Maybe it just connected to this. No, not there. No! Get back on there. Another. The light went out. We got some loose wiring right here. Oh, that bulb is hot.
And RVs by visiting relevant radio every day. Different from a lot of foreign countries. Yeah, there's a reason that we split ourselves off from the British 250 years ago, so maybe it's not a great idea to reach back 16 years.
We could try to figure out where that loop stick went. It would be nice if I could get a scheme to do that, but let's see if we can mess around with this thing here. Let's see. So there's 3 wires on there. These are connected together, so I don't know if those went anywhere, if it was just these 2. I'm just not sure. Let's get rid of that for right now. Maybe it was just these 2 that went somewhere. I don't know. Sure looks like it. Come on! Whenever I try to do something.
For a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed.
What do you think of that, guys, girls?
Years. That's right. Level. For you as well. Of $500,000 and above.
What do you think of that?
If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now.
What do you think of that? All right, let me solder it on there, and then we'll play with it a little bit. Like magic. Look, we even have one of the little, let's see. So we got, I don't know, this one here looks like maybe it's just coupling the 2 coils together. I don't know. This one here, very short. I don't, let's see, let's unwrap this. It's already been, I don't know, like, it's all, you know, I sprayed it with that stuff, so it could have, this probably isn't supposed to be like that. It's probably, yeah, it's probably not. So let's try to get this, you know, this was stuck down over here, but I don't think it went that way. I think this just went over here. We'll try to get it back as close as possible. That brake cleaner just kind of loosens up the Oh, look, I did it again. Look at that. You know, of course, now there's no... I think that those areas that are shiny may have... we should test it, maybe, see if it's conductive or not. I would just like to be able to just play with it for a few minutes. I'm not even really concerned with that it works, but let's see. Let's do it right here. No, it's not. All right, that's good. We can just wrap it around here and then put some tape around it. And maybe we just have to hook up those 2 wires and we'll be okay. Just get it as close as I can. I can't, it's not flat anymore, so it's hard to get it exactly where it's supposed to be. Try to separate it just a little bit. Alright, so right about there is probably good. Let's put a little glue on that. I'm going to add a little spot of glue, as they say. A spot, just a little spot. There's the, I need to find an open tube. Of course, now that I got stuff in my hands. Alright, let's just put some super glue on that. Just on the very edge. Just to hold that wire from unraveling again. Ah, look at that. I let it go and it unraveled. Garbage, garbage. Now I got to do it over. Alright, we're going to do it one more time. Only because I know this is so much fun. So much fun. See what I mean? When you try to do it in front of the camera, it's just a pain. Just a pain. You know, instead of glue, I'm going to just put some tape around it, I think. I don't even have tape over here. I got to put glue. We don't have good tape to put on there. It doesn't matter. Alright, hold on. Now we spray it with this stuff to cure it quickly. That's it. About 5 seconds later, oh, I glued my finger to it. Alright, there you go. Good. Alright. So, I'm assuming the one, because this stick would have been a bit longer when the other piece wasn't broken off. Just get it in, just to hold it in place. This is exactly what I mean. You know, everything's got to be a pain because I'm taping it. All right, so let's see. Did I put it on backwards? We want the... Yeah, I think so. I just got to have it where the wires can reach, that's all. Alright. The camera had shut off and I don't know what we missed, but none of it's important anyway. So this wire here is going to have to go... Let's see. Where did it go? Was it connected to this? I don't think so. Let's plug it back in. No, it has to go, well, it had to go to this thing. It had to. It had to go to this. I don't know where else it could possibly go. It had to. I think I can see a little piece of it sticking up right there, too. I can see a little tiny piece sticking up. If I have my hand in the way or not, I don't know. If I'm in the view, I don't know. I pushed the camera down. I got the what do you call it's in the way. The transformer's in the way. Can you see? I still can't freaking see. You know, I'm starting to lose it here, right? Alright. I just want it up in here. Oop, did I pull it off? I certainly did. I mean, I got to resolder it now. We got to get this wire back over there. And then we'll just go ahead and... I'm pretty sure that this was just like this originally, but it was a little bit longer, but just like that. We'll get that back over there. So this wire definitely went right here. Come on. I need another hand to add more solder to it. Alright, there you go. This one here, like I said, I just don't know about that one. If it was just coupling the two coils together or not, I don't know. But let's see. As long as it does something, I'll be happy if it just does something on AM. Make sure nothing's shorted. Doesn't look like it. This moved out of the... Well, I want this tube in the window here. There you go. Since it works, I'm surprised it works. It kind of looks like it's got a little burn in there, the phosphor burn. But
over a decade.
There it is.
And we're being run
There's
by
AM.
executive order. Orders being... of their profit to our...
Let's get you down here so you can see. But anyway, there it is.
Skies.
No dollars anticipated.
News 3 today.
We all hear the radio ads about the...
Of high note and importance for the U.S. men's hockey team. Next on Primetime.
Gold Star father and founder of the...
This is FM. The aerial came out. Alright, let's see. Let's get the aerial back on there. Alright.
For the pinball at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
So all it had was a bad resistor.
Next week with... I don't know Levy tariffs. That will be a lot harder for him to...
And in the meantime, tomorrow, as to say, sir.
No.
Your car, at work, or with your kids, no matter where you are, call now. 800-507-9701. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,500 deals on business and an A+ for the Better Business Bureau.
56333.
Maybe that was for the external antenna, because there's a lot of wires in the case that are ripped off too.
Here, so I mean, just, you know,
look how much stronger that signal is.
Store.com.
Real solutions.
Your take on that? I mean, what is...
Dollar in the work vending machine.
Credit decisions must be 18 years old, not available in all states.
The Vegas Golden Knights are rolling through another epic season.
I hear it. All right, get some.
Alabama's director of...
Let's see shortwave again. Let's see. I gotta get. I think we gotta get. The antenna needs to be on in the perspective antenna hole. I don't know which one it is. It's that one. It's in the afternoon right now. It's only about 3 o'clock or 3:30, so. I'm not going to do too much on on the shortwave. Anyway, you know, there it is. So it's working. We'll have to see if I could figure out. This needs to be loosened up some. It's still extremely tight, but unless I could find a print or schematic on how to get that dial cord back and see if it's not too much of a pain in the ASS. We'll do that.
Your home for original reporting.
I'm surprised it works at all, so I'm just surprised it even works. So anyway, that was it. This was the problem right here. Yeah, it's getting a little warm, but I'm sure that's normal. Alright, well, that's it for this junky one. The cabinet needs to be like completely glued together, so that's going to need a bit of work. I'm not going to do it just yet. I'm going to put the whole thing back together, and then we'll just hang on to it for now and see what it actually entails to get that string back on. I don't want to lose this thing right here, the little pointer. There was also a little spring I found, and I was wondering when I took it out of the case, that little spring fell out, and that's so it goes on there somewhere. But so I guess it has separate. Where's the dial? The tuning strings are separate for the FM. So, oh well. If I could find, I don't even know, like I said, what the model number of this thing is. If I could figure it out, we'll do the dial cord. It definitely doesn't look easy, without a doubt, because it looks like I said, it goes behind all of this, and I don't know how. I'm not sure that there's an. Oh, you're not even seeing what I'm looking at. I got to keep looking. I forget, and we're out of the frame. Anyway, what I was saying is the dial cord is right in here behind this, and it comes out over here, and then it wraps around this in the back. And then there's a little clutch right here. When you put it on FM, it pushes the clutch forward, and then it turns that one. And then when you're on AM, it pushes the clutch the other way, and then it turns the other dial string. So this is not going to be easy to put that back. So whether it's worth it or not, I don't know. Unless somebody has this radio and they need a chassis that, or parts from it or something. I've seen one of these that the switch was completely burned out. This, the on-off right in here was completely charbroiled. And this one, that didn't happen to. So I personally, I don't know. It seems like a lot of work to change it if you had to change it. But, I don't know. I don't know. But it works. Otherwise, we're done. It's working. She's a-working. All I needed was a resistor. All I needed was that resistor right there, and it's working. Alright. Well, thanks for watching this one. I thought it would be kind of interesting to see it. At least come back to life anyway. Alright. Thanks for watching, and I got a Zenith. I think I'll do the Zenith next. I got a Zenith, one of those navigation radios. I've never seen it before, but I didn't know Zenith even made those, but it's definitely a Zenith. Or as the more modern kids call it, the Zenith. The old Zenith. That's a Zenith. Alright. Alright, thanks for watching. Stay happy and safe out there. I'll see you on the next one. So long.